we're being we're being given a really big opportunity, and I'm very grateful for it. And as I'm talking with people in these days, just reminding them, they're busy with their jobs, their families, their worries, their so many things, to just always remember to pause and cause, because in that instant, that moment, you can kind of bring yourself out of the being at the effect of everything out there. And there's a lot of stuff that's trying to distract us out there. And my personal experience is to hold my judgment about all that stuff out there and just love the process. I have judgments. I have all sorts of presumptions about people and things, but really, I can't do a thing about that. I need to love everything free, and that is loving the process that's taking place and having no expectation. I can't do much about it anyway, so why expend my energy? And that's another thing I ask people. Someone will ask me some question and, all upset and very nervous about everything, and I'll just ask them, is that a good use of your energy right in this moment? And it kind of snaps them, because that's the question. How am I using this wonderful gift that is given to me? Before philosophies and religions, we were a Cro-Magnon character, but we knew what to do. We knew a day like today. We knew the seasons. We created astronomy and words. It was a wonderful, natural time when we just all responded to life nudging us every moment and providing for us to have opportunities to learn. And so then we philosophies and religions, and we got organized, and that's where we are now. We're just kind of coming back to the origins, and that is what we do remember. When we're touched with something like that, we just resonate like, oh yeah, I like that, gosh, tell me more. So that's kind of a story of how all of us meet and have met and clicked with everything. So perhaps you have some questions for me, or comments or contributions. I welcome them.
I have a couple, and then the pause for peace is like, I do that quite naturally, myself too. Like when I came to your house for the first time, I closed my eyes and I felt, and I saw the light, and I said, "Ooh, something's happening. This is not coincidence." And so, with a twinkle in my eye and knowing that there is something beautiful about to come, then I knock on the door. And so it's a wonderful practice. Sometimes even standing in the middle of an airport or something, just to close your eyes and just feel all your bodies, feel and it's just like all of a sudden, the busyness of wherever you are, say a busy airport for an example, all of a sudden spirit entered the airport right there. The light is in the airport. The light is in my awareness and my consciousness, and the noise of all the world and all the hustle and bustle fades away in that eternal connection where you're one with the presence in the present moment, in the now moment present. So that's my little...
In conscious moments like that, we literally leave time and space. we leave the third dimension. Whenever we meditate, however we do that, we leave time and space. And we who do this work have practiced that a lot. It's very natural and normal for us. But to suggest that to someone when I teach them how with a guided meditation to meditate a little bit, they recognize that they leave time and space, and it's quite a freedom experience. So we cause our peace by pausing. Mm-hmm.
We cause our peace by pausing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if you have a moment that you'd like to share with us that was propelled you into this highest state of consciousness. I'm asking if you'd like to share. No, not required.
No, that's fine. It's just which one.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is there one you'd like to share?
Well, there were many, and they came. I was in business for 35 years. I know stress. I had a restaurant, and I could feed 800 people. I had a staff. It was a time in history when this was evolving. The prophets were in Los Angeles at the time, but I never got a chance to go meet them because I was just always too busy. But just knowing that this was beginning to happen, it was triggering me out of my religious training, which I appreciate my religious education. But all of a sudden, whoa, no, there's more. This is limiting, and I can't be limited. So I began studying, and I had the privilege of traveling a lot. And wherever I went in the world, I just began to make it a practice to meet with healers and teachers. And one of the most special ones was David Bohm. David Bohm is one of the original astrophysicists, and he meditated with Krishnamurti. He was the scientist who meditated, and I had a wonderful series, many days studying with him, just being with him, just like we're doing right here. Just being in the presence of someone like that is just so nourishing. So that was one. I think when my children were born, especially my younger son, we had a moment when he was very, very new, and I was very, very tired. Not only did I just have a baby, I still have a business to run and all that stuff. And I was feeling pretty sorry for myself. It was about 5 a.m, and I'm sitting there holding him, feeding him, and the light, the room just lit up like, will you get off it? This being needs you. And that shifted me at that time in my life. And I, as I said to Dennis earlier, I'm in a constant metamorphosis. I mean, every week it's something new. I'm 80 years old, for heaven's sakes. When is this going to stop? It ain't going to stop. That's another thing I tell the younger people. Hey, listen, you think, no, it don't stop. You're going to keep going. So practice fun. Be light with it. Let the light light you and excite you. I have to say that many people, and some of whom are in the audience at home tonight, have been very, very effective, and I've loved and appreciated their mentorship and their patience with me. Good Lord, people have been patient with me. But meeting Dennis was a special moment not too long ago. It was one of those, I needed a computer guy. And it was brought to me by my graphic artist, who now works for a company who uses him as the computer doctor. Now, he and I had no idea this was going to happen. He was just going to come and work on my computer. And at first, we played telephone tag. And then when I finally reached him and heard his voice, before saying anything about the computer, he said, "Would you mind coming to talk to my meditation group?" And I thought, what? And so his approach in his first visit to my little house was about that. We both kind of, wow. And so that's a recent one. But they just, they just keep happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
And studying all the different faiths, philosophies, religions. I love them all. I really do. We're between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, 10 days of penitence. This is perfect. We're all pausing. We're all regenerating ourselves and being revitalized. Yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
you're welcome. Thank you for asking. As we any other questions? As we move through these days and these experiences, we are actually in the letting go. We are letting things die, ideas, belief systems. We're in constant letting go is, in a way, grieving, because we're so used to these things. They're built into us, and they've served us for so long, and all of a sudden we don't have that kind of crutch anymore. So the last poem that I want to read to you is called Good Grief. And I wrote it, someone died on my birthday many, many years ago. And this was a poem I wrote to myself at the departure of that loved one. But over the years, I've learned to use it and use it and use it, especially when I'm having a rough time and I need to settle myself. And also, Good Grief, I was able to read it to the Charlie Brown people up in wherever they are. I was invited up there. Somebody got a big kick out of that. So, good grief, yes, there is such a thing. Eventually, a lightness it does bring. Be gentle, be soft. As you feel so broken, the power of love comes unspoken. Divine love holds all things together. We as humans question whether, but life knows what it's doing, and love is its light. It brightens and lightens as we take flight. Peace comes, contentment comes. Be gentle, be kind. Rest your heart and soothe your mind. The human mind is dulled and dazed, but the heart is refilled as you ride the waves. The rendering of soul to gently restore a place that is bigger than ever before. To grieve is good, for it releases eventually through patience and caring. Love increases. Stillness and quiet are a prayer to unfold as life's healing power brings treasures untold. The invitation is to be honest with that which is above. When all is said and done, all there is love. Each moment, each hour of grieving and feeling reveals from the soul the spirit of healing. Be patient, be kind, for good grief takes time.
Beautiful.
I write love letters to myself with all this stuff. So again, my pleasure, my privilege to be with you. I'm honored that you asked me, and it's nice to meet new friends, and I'm sure many of us will grow closer and closer as I've come into your group. And I always have a bowl of Hershey's Kisses. When I'm in the hospital, I have a table that I set up outside the cafeteria, and so I greet people coming and going. And for years and years, they see me and they get off the elevator, and everybody's got their fingers on their cell phones and focus. The doctors, the nurses, the people who move the tables, the cleaning ladies, everybody's blah, blah, blah. But they've learned on Tuesdays, oh, and they actually stop dead in their tracks, and they take a breath. They put their phone down. They take a breath, and then they start walking. And as they walk past the table, they nod and bow, and it's just really sweet. And I've always had a bowl of kisses. It's never too early or too late for a kiss. And especially in these days where, we have to be a little careful. Please, it's never too early or too late for a kiss. I kiss you. I smile at you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much.
I just want to let everyone know that there are some books on the table back there from DeAnna.
Oh, yes.
Pick up your copy, get it signed. Don't forget to get your kiss. I'm going to get one or two. And this won't be the last time. I think this is the beginning of other visits by DeAnna here, and presentations and transmissions. And that's what I feel and hear in her voice, is like the wisdom. The wisdom coming through. The wisdom coming through those poems. Someone who has walked many miles on planet Earth. Who have seen it all. Maybe not all, but a lot more than I have. So thank you so much for your sharing. Thank you so much for your holding the flame of divine consciousness for so many people. Mm-hmm. Of recognizing the truth, so that others can see it in themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
It's a wonderful thing when we find each other, when we find our spiritual family. It's a wonderful thing. And we were all together in spirit for zillions of years. And then they stick us on this planet.
We signed on.
We signed up for it. We signed on. We went to we had to go before the karmic board, and they said, "Are you sure you want to go there?"
I want to go save those
How about
laggards.
Venus? Isn't that more your speed? Venus, or Arcturus,
Yeah,
Sirius,
yeah.
some of these other, so we're here on the planet, and we are doing a spiritual work, and holding peace, holding presence, not falling for the drama, the sensational news, all that's coming, that tries to pull us out of the center, pull us out of our peace. Mm-hmm. If we can't hold the peace, the young souls here on this planet, they're not going to be able to do it. They need to see it performed by us, the older souls, so that they can emulate that. They can see that it's possible to master your mind, your emotions, and enter the realm beyond time and space, and see with a clearer eye, see with clarity the bigger picture of this earth and its evolution. So let us all get our kisses and get our books and things. And I want to thank everyone online. I apologize to everyone. There was so many hiccups today. It's just like every single thing that could have gone wrong, it just went wrong. So we're going to have to redo this. I have part of it, but I want to record more of DeAnna Lococo, and we'll do it maybe next month, I hope, if I can talk her into it, where I can have more the totality of her speech.
It's all divine, Dennis. It just means she'll have to come back.
They planned it that way.
Exactly.
Right.
And we get the
I just got it.
honor of hearing her again.
I just realized it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They want you to come back. Well, thank you, everyone, on the broadcast. We are going to have some fellowship offline and have our Hershey Kisses and maybe some watermelon. Good night, and God bless you. Thank you once again for coming and sharing with us your journey, your wonderful poems.
Thank you.